HR round was just a gatekeeper. The real battle starts when you reach at the technical interview. What happens there? There, your confidence meets challenges. Your experience meet to scrutinize everything. I know there are a lot of professionals who are into the mid-career. They always have a challenge whenever they are applying for the next level opportunity and thinking, am I really suitable or my skills are still valid for this job opportunity? And these kind of questions, not only you, there are many people in the market, they get it, though you are in a mid-career. So what I'm going to share in this video, I'm going to share top 5 interview questions which are asked in the technical interview, especially for the non-IT professionals when they are changing their job. So how to answer, what to answer, why the questions have been asked, everything I'll cover up in this video. So if you are in the mid-career and you are searching new opportunity, don't forget to subscribe my channel and watch this video until the end. Let's deep dive. Hello everyone, I'm Tejasvvita Kaamble. I'm a career comeback coach and the founder of the Pro Career Ignition. I help experienced job seekers who have taken the career break, help them to how to restart their career, how to build the confidence, and how they can confidently go in the market to look for the job opportunity. So if interview is making you scared and you're not very sure what to answer, how to answer, I have covered up many more things in this video. So let's begin how to face this battle, especially when it comes to the technical interview. Now, why interview is conducted, especially the technical interview? So, interviewer is not interested to listen bookish answer. Technical interview round is basically not something like a memorizing theory and you are sharing that theory with the employer. What is important? When you are sitting in the technical interview, they wanted to know how you think, how you solve, and most important, what result comes. So, if you take the example, like if you wanted to present that answer, if they wanted to see what ownership you have taken. When you take the ownership, do you have the clarity? Okay. When you have a clarity, how you process that. And after processing, what result is coming. And this is only you are going to learn how to answer these 5 technical questions when it comes in the interview. Now let's begin with the first question. The first question is about how you handle your recent project. Tell me about your recent project, how you handle anyway, in any which way. Okay. Now, why this question been asked? To know whether you have a clarity or not about your work and whether you have taken the ownership of that particular role or not. So to answer this question, there are 2 methods. First is a STAR method, which I have already explained. So first, S stand for the situation. What was the situation? What was the problem? T stand for the task. What task you choose to solve that problem? It can be 1 option, 2 option, 3 option, but what you decided to take the action, what task you decided. Then A stand for action. To resolve, to solve that problem, what action you took it. And R stand for result. After taking the action, what result has come out. Okay, whether you decided that the same result came out or you somehow match that. Okay, that you need to give the answer into the STAR method. But here is a twist. If you are in a mid-career, okay, and you are in the having a 8 to 15 years of experience, you can use the second method because sometimes STAR method become too much robotic. Okay, so here is the new way. You can use 3 C's. So first C is talking about the context. Context in a sense like what challenges you face, what problem you face, what was the background. Okay, it will talk about everything, business background or your problem background. Then second is talking about the contribution. Now, how you contributed, what challenges were there, and what action you are planning to take it, what decision you take. So describe about like what action you took it. And the third C is stand for the change. So after taking the action, what result came out? Because final result is more important. Problem was there, what change, what action you took it, and what result came out. And to achieve that result, what are the action you took it? So you have to summarize, you have to make it in the 3 C's. So first context, second is the contribution, and the third important is the change. So what will happen when you use these three C's? It doesn't sound like a roboting, as I said. It shows like you have a strong leadership skill and you have a decision making authority, decision making skills also. And that is more important when you are in the mid career. Your project doesn't need to be big. You need to show what impact has created. And when you show them by using a 3C method, the impact is more powerful. Now, the question number two, it can be asked about your domain. The question would be like, explain a challenge which you solve in your domain. Now, here they wanted to see the ownership, but they wanted to know whether you can able to handle any difficult situation in when there is a pressure. So how, what decision you take, how you handle that situation, because every job some critical issues will come and then you need to show your problem solving skill, but pressure will be always high and you need to take the decision since it is a mid career. So this question only to validate how you handle this particular situation in the pressure. So there are two ways to answer this question. First is star method, which I've already explained in the question number one. Second is like a RCA method. And this is one of my favorite method when it comes to the experienced candidate. Now, what is a RCA method? R stand for the recognize. Recognize in a sense like a what problem you are having, what challenge you are having, what situation arise in that particular project. Okay, you think you need to work on that. C stand for check. Now, since in your domain there is any issue, you must have collected some data. You must have collected certain feedback. How you capture that? Okay, where you have stored that? Because see this when this question comes, okay, they wanted to know how you improvise that particular situation. So quantifiable part, which I always talk about, it is more important. Maybe you can mention like a 10% growth has happened. We have improved the process by 5%. The delivery time we have increased by 30%. The profit margin has improved. You know, like that. More you use quantifiable term, employer, the interviewer will understand more easily what problem you solve. Now we spoke about R, we spoke about C. Now act. A stand for act. So act is in a sense what action you took it to achieve that goal, to set that goal. As I said, quantifiable. You need to take the action, then only you will get the result, right? So when you are giving the answer in this format, RCA, after the action, okay, you have to declare what actually situation now, what is the right now situation. So as I said, quantifiable will help you to display that. Maybe you can mention like, yes, now our profit margin has improved by 10%. Okay, my process, what delaying the payment, that improved by like a 5 to 10%. Now where we were payment were delayed by 10 days, now it has come to 2 days. Okay, and still we are improving. So what action you took it? This is a way, it shows again your leadership and the problem solving and how you handle that particular situation in the pressure. So this question is very important. You need more practice when you are delivering the answer. Now the third question is about like how do you stay updated with the new tools and technology? Now, this question is also very important. They wanted to know whether you are keeping a tab of a new market or not. And that's absolutely get separated with those people who are doing a routine job and they wanted to see like how you do the upgradation about your knowledge. So here is a very simple formula, learn. Now I'm going to break this learn word into the 5 factors. Okay, this is a learn loop and that will very useful. Okay, so L is standing for the first is like a listen. So you can use this L possibly saying that like I am connected with a lot of community, I listen a lot of podcasts, newsletter, and what you learn about that you can share that. Second is a E, like a explore. Exploring in a sense like you visited certain communities and the certain templates, okay, dashboards, certain tools, okay, just given a try and all, okay. you explore that, okay, and then whatever knowledge you have gained, you are thinking how to utilize that. That is the second thing. E stand for explore, okay. Then A stand for apply. Now whatever you have listened, whatever you have explored, out of that, what do you think like a one thing you can implement in your job, implement at your work, okay. That is also important, because listening or exploring is okay, but what you learn and how you implement, that is more important. R stand for the reflection. Reflection in a sense like a, after the implementing, what changes has made, okay, how you improvise on a certain process or certain activity, what you did. And the N stand for the networking. Networking, why? Because networking is anyways important, but here is a networking in a sense, once you learn something, okay, how you are sharing that knowledge with your peers, okay, because keeping a knowledge with yourself is not going to help you and neither going to help the company. So how you're sharing with your colleagues and the peer, that is more important. So now my question to you, which tool you explore recently? And if you have the answer, that is the answer for this question. So out of this 5 learn elements, LEARN, you can use one thing when you are answering this question. And if you are really doing 2, 3 things, you can prepare your answer and you can present in front of the interviewer. Now, the question number 4 is about how you handle the situation under the pressure, like how you prioritize tasks under the pressure. Now, on a daily basis, we have a lot of tasks. Being as an employee, you will have a lot of tasks to do. How you handle that? So, the reason to ask this question, to check whether you have the clarity, okay, under the pressure, how you perform and how you manage particular task with the speed and the quality. So here is the piece. Yes, I'm not talking about the that piece, I'm talking about the piece. Let me break down the piece. So P is stand for the plan. Whatever task you are having, okay, please write down on the piece of paper. So how you will present, okay, you will mention like a, whenever I start my day, okay, I note down all my task, to-do list, what I am supposed to do. Then second, I prioritize, like E stand for evaluation. So I prioritize like a which is important for the business related. So I have to scrutinize that. A stand for act. So first 3 important tasks, I will complete that. And C stand for communicate. Communicate in a sense like a what progress, what tracker. I'll communicate with my team, my colleague, like a what is the thing and what is the deadline. Today's what are the deadlines I have to finish? What about the yesterday's work, what we did? If it is matching or not. All these things will be, I'll prioritize and complete. And again, E stand for the evaluate. So end of the day, we'll sit down and we'll figure it out like a which task have completed, what challenges we came. So if you're answering with the help of the piece method, if it is not the piece method also, simply like a, how you organize your work, what priority for which task is on the priority list, how you manage that, that is more important for the interviewer. And that's the reason they wanted to know whether you are handling that particular task with the speed and the quality or not. So if you follow this, okay, I'm very sure you can able to impress your interviewer by saying, yes, you are the pro thinker. Now the question number 5 is about to check your accuracy at the time of the work, like how you maintain, how you ensure the accuracy and the quality in your work. Okay. So basically they wanted to know your reliability, how you are confidently handling. So the quality check is very important. So in the quality check, you cannot randomly, if someone is giving you the task, you cannot thinking, without thinking you cannot start doing. So what action you take it? So first you look for the clarity, like what are the expectations the person is having if any particular project or task is given to you. Then you check the timeline, you check the data, is it really worth it, or it's really this much data is required, or you need further details, to complete that task. Then you review that, what is the critical problem when you are reviewing that particular thing. Then any particular documentation is required, document step. Then you learn from the feedback, like what other peers are talking about. Then you share the best practice and you check with your team also how to resolve that. And the last is show the measurable impact. Why this is important? Okay, they wanted to know the answer, how you step by step take the action. If you are clear how you are going to take the action, how you are going to measure the accuracy and the quality of work, how you are going to deliver, you can able to present also, because they don't want to create a confusion. They don't want any confused person. Once they have the work in their hand, they are not very sure. If you follow this quality portion, quality elements, okay, you can able to answer any question if this particular question will come. So before you are getting ready for the next interview, okay, especially for the technical interview, three things you prepare. First, you write down which are the three projects you lead. Okay. Second, which are the two problems you resolve in that particular project. And one third thing, one initiative you took in to make that project successful. So, if you are aware of these three things, okay, your life is become more easier. Why? Because when these kind of a question comes, you can answer this question by using the star or 3C method, and your answer will be crisp and short, and try to complete your answer less than 180 second. Maximum 1 or 2 minute answer will be there, and you will see the change, and you will feel confident also, because you are already well prepared and you are aware like what you have done contributed in your current company. So remember, technical interview is not remembering the stories, remembering the book language. It is about the what work you have done, how you present confidently. There is no competition like the more you give the perfect answer, you will get the 100 out of 100. It is more about how you clearly describe your stories, which you learn, which you experience in your current or previous organization, and how you present that. That is more important. So never look for the perfection, look for the how you craft that properly in stories, and you can able to present confidently. If this video is helping you, don't forget to write in the comment section tech ready, because you are ready for the technical interview. And most important, don't forget to subscribe my channel, share this video with those people who are currently struggling in the interviews, and join my free masterclass, that is a career comeback masterclass. The link you will find in the description. Most important, your journey is not starting from the zero. Your journey is already with the experience. So begin not from tomorrow, today. I am Tejasvvita, your career comeback coach, signing off today. Thank you.